Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I heard of once in a lullaby. Somewhere over the rainbow, skies are blue, and the dreams that you dare to dream really do come true. So what's that dream? Not the dream that you could achieve today or tomorrow or even a year from now, but that dream that you have to dare to dream, because that dream is what we are really talking about today. We are going to be covering how you can build a community and profits with live video, even if you don't want to go on camera. My name is Molly Mahoney, and I cannot wait to dive into this with you. When it comes to building a business online using social media, what we want is this. We want it to be easy, fun, see results right away. Unfortunately, oftentimes what we get is this. It is stressful, overwhelming, the tech gremlins come out, and oh boy. But I'm telling you, when it comes to live video, this is the way that you can see the best results. And you may be thinking, what? Seriously? For my business, I'm still not sold. So I have a few case studies that I'm going to pop on here really quick right away in some industries, some niches that you may think would never be possible. First, this is a tanning salon. As soon as all of the craziness happened with our stay-at-home movement, this client of ours, Debbie, who owns a series of tanning salons, they decided to take their salons live from inside the lobby, and it was the thing that allowed them to keep going, to keep their employees employed, all through live video. This is the Atlanta Center for Cosmetic Dentistry. So awesome. They did the same thing. The dentists started sharing videos from home about virtual consultations, about the gratitude that they have for, being able to be home with their kids. So awesome for their community. And this is bingo. So literally our amazing, awesome client, Drew Boudreau, decided that while everyone was stuck at home, he was going to bring bingo to the masses. So this is actually something that he has offered offline inside bars. He hosts a bingo night and he took it online. He even created a website called drewsbingo.com where you can bring him on to host bingo for you, all using live video. Check it out. Even Matthew McConaughey decided that he was going to host bingo for senior centers. So awesome, right? Retirement communities with Matthew McConaughey. So good. This final example is Jennifer Joy. She's one of our Glam members, and she is a coach for creatives. And when all of this happened, she decided, you know what? I'm going to show up as a professional unicorn and I am going to teach music to kids on live video. It was so awesome that the local news station picked it up. It's possible for anyone. And even still, you may be feeling like this, freaked out, terrified, like you don't want to do it, which I understand. And I've got you because that fear is real. It's something that everyone experiences. The fear of being judged is something that is innately in us as human beings. So there's actually a hormone that's released when we think our reputation may be on the line, right? And this hormone, when it is released, which is when you go to click that go live button, this is what happens. Your neck and back start to tense up. Your muscles prepare for an attack. Your blood pressure skyrockets, right? Have you been there? I've been there. Your digestion shuts off, causing butterflies. Your pupils dilate and your vision goes blurry. You feel freaked out, right? Have you been there when going to click that go live button? I think we all have. Most people will tell you just to breathe. And while I have loads of breathing techniques that are proven to help you, that is not all it takes. So I say, yeah, right, to those people who say, just breathe through it. It's a little more than that. So underneath it, we need to remember that this is about relationships. And sometimes relationships feel like this. Like, whoa, what is happening? And this is what I call a vintage email inbox. It can be overwhelming. So we want to build relationships that scale, right? And when we do that, a lot of people will turn to something like a messenger bot. This is a crazy messenger bot flow. You can build flows out like this in your email, with something like Infusionsoft as well. This is done with ManyChat. And I want to tell you, we are not looking to do this. We are going to use something that is super simple and streamlined with just a little bit of tech support so that you can show up and have one-on-one conversations with millions of people. And the real key to it is more humanness. Like this guy, Mr. Rogers. When he showed up, he didn't say, "Hey, everybody in the neighborhood." He said, "Hey, neighbor, are you experiencing this problem? Because I have a solution for you." Every single show, that's what he did. And it worked. So really, it's about developing a skill set for communication, because just because you have been talking since you were 2 years old, let's say 18 months, that does not mean that you are actually skilled at communicating. So you've got to make sure that you get those communication skills in line and have a system that works. So this is our map to millions. We had one video that hit a reach of 1 million organically. And we took that system and we put it into place so that we can teach our clients to do the same. This is the same system that we use every single week. And we've now been doing it for about 3 years and it is awesome. So let me just show you who some of our clients are so you know what type of a business this will work for. Number 1, Becky Mashuda, Becca Rose Wellness. She's doing tarot card readings. She's selling live gyms and she's an amazing coach and inspiration. And she also has a brick and mortar store. So she does it from her brick and mortar store and also from home. Leslie Williams, she is coaching direct sales professionals to show up and take their business to the next level. Sean O'Liu, he's a musician who actually was featured on the new Mickey Mouse Club as a member. So good. And Selena Sue, we helped her to be able to use messenger bots and also some performance coaching to help her make her videos even more amazing. And this is Kim and Ryan. They are with LuLaRoe, and they took their sales with LuLaRoe from $15,000 a month to $64,000 a month using these strategies, selling leggings. You may actually know this guy. This is Jeff Walker, and I'm so honored to say that I've been supporting him in taking his PLF formula that he's done for years. He is the master, right? And taking that and bringing it online to Facebook. So I've helped him take his launch masterclass and deliver it on Facebook, and it has been so amazing. So much goodness. So when it comes to your business, what happens when people go to your business page on Facebook? Do they see crickets? Or are the crickets running around, jumping up and down because there's so many credit cards flying at their face, right? I want you to be like this guy. So much goodness coming at you. So are you creating video content? And if you are, awesome. We're going to make it even more powerful because I want to know, is your video content bringing in leads and is it bringing in sales? If it is, awesome. We're going to make it even more powerful. But if you're not creating video content and you're not seeing leads and sales, we are going to shift everything for you today. Because it stinks when you show up and this is what happens. Nobody cares. You hear those crickets and there's no one paying attention. I want your videos to feel like this, like a full-on dance party, right? So it's about more humanness, fine-tuned communication skills, and a system that works. And we're going to walk through all of that as we dive into how you're going to create a video client attraction machine so that people throw credit cards at your face. It's going to be real good. So the first thing is the confidence. Then we're going to move into the content that creates juicy connections that leads to conversions. Really quick about me. This is me at Social Media Week Austin. I've spoken there several years in a row. This is also me at Social Media Marketing World. I was lucky and honored to be in the opening keynote for the past 4 years. And I've also had breakout sessions there. So you may have seen that. I also hosted a show for ManyChat, our favorite messenger bot tool. And this was part of a Meet the Speaker series that we did for the Conversations conference. Before that, I actually started as a musical theater performer. So this is me in Chitty Chitty Bang Bang in the blue dress singing Toot Sweet. And it was a blast. While on tour, my husband, who's an awesome bass player, we got engaged and we ended up moving everything to California and then launched these guys. So this is Charleston in my husband's arms and my lover boy, Frankie, giving me a kiss right there. I then found myself with a pile of busy balls. Have you ever been left with a pile of busy balls? Because they often bounce, and I call them busy boomerangs because they come back. I had 10 jobs in 10 separate locations at one time. I knew that I would never see my kids if I did that continued to do that. So I then launched 2 programs, one called Camera Confidence. It's an online, amazing program helping you to increase your visibility using video, live video especially, and Glam, Go Live and Monetize, which is our year-long VIP coaching program where we help you to monetize that visibility. We also added in the magic of messenger bots. You may recognize this is Mollybot, our little messenger bot, who is an automated way to communicate via our messenger on our business page. This is Kelly, our director of education. And once we added in messenger bots, oh my gosh, things took off. So that's how we hit the reach of 1 million organically. We also hit our first 1 million in collected sales, and we hit our first 7-figure year, which was really, really awesome. And we owe so much of it to the magic of combining live video with messenger automation and messenger bots. Really? We got to make sure before we get into any other goodness that we talk about this social triangle. So if you've ever put out content and you felt like nobody's seeing it, this could be why. So when you are going to engage on a social platform, you have to recognize it's not just you. It's not just the person you want to talk to. There's actually 3 people involved, 3 things involved. One is you have to actually show up and put out content. 2 is the person that you want to connect with. And 3 is the platform itself. So these strategies that I'm going to share with you are really making sure that we are waking up all corners of the social triangle. That is what makes the algorithm work in our favor. I'm going to come back to this, but I want to make sure you think about it and check yourself. Are you showing up on social media? Are you connecting with the people that you actually want to see your content? Are you giving their stuff some love? And are you feeding the platform? Are you giving the platform what it wants in order to really highlight your content? Okay. The first piece of this strategy for bringing in the amount of clients that you want to be seeing is confidence. Underneath all of it, if you don't have the confidence to show up and create amazing content, then it's not going to work. So we have seen so many people who have crazy successful businesses who struggle with this. So I'm going to take you back to Kung Fu Panda. Have you seen Kung Fu Panda? This is Po, the Dragon Warrior. And in Kung Fu Panda 3, he has this moment where he's trying to teach the other pandas to be ninjas just like him. And it is not working. He's like, why can't you be more like me? Right? And then one of the pandas starts rolling down the hill and just being a panda, loving his life. When he gets to the bottom of the hill, he actually takes out a bunch of other animals, just like a ninja would do. And Po has this moment where he says, you don't need to be more like me. You need to be more like you. And when you're creating video, this is the most important thing that will help you to stand out from your competition. And it will help you to just feel better about who you're being on camera, feel better about the whole entire experience. Yeah. So I know there is fear when it comes to this, and the fear is normal. I actually developed this strategy back when I was a performer because of my own insecurities showing up at auditions. And then I continued to use it when I worked with people who had crazy, amazing Broadway credits. I worked with people with multiple $1-million businesses using this same strategy. So know that you're not alone. The exercise is called the quesadilla of awesome. So here's what you do. You take your hands like this, and inside your hands, you're going to put everything that you offer in your business, all the amazing benefits, transformation, the goodness of your business. You got it right here? Ready? On the count of 3, we're going to throw it in the air. 1, 2, 3. And now it's floating above us like Mikey TV and Willy Wonka, right? And what are you left with? You. You're left with you. And this is the most amazing and also the most terrifying thing. So what I want you to do is I want you to make a list of 20 things that make you a uniquely awesome human. And I firmly believe that everyone has something that makes them uniquely awesome, even if it's just that you make an amazing quesadilla. Okay? So we're going to take, I know it still can be scary, so I have an acronym that I'm going to give you right now that's going to help you to make this list of 20 things. It is the word SAVE. You may think SAVE only has 4 letters. I can't spell, so I spell wrong on purpose so that you get over it when you see me have spelling mistakes. It's going to be okay. Okay, so it's SAAVE. Save. The first thing is your skill sets, the things that you're naturally gifted at, that you've always been gifted at. Your appearance. If you don't find things about your appearance that you love, the gremlins are going to come back and get you. This isn't about other people liking your appearance. It's about you liking your appearance, because on a live video, most of the time you're staring your own self back in the face. Your activities. So knitting, crocheting, hiking, swing dancing, golfing, I don't care, whatever it is, you want to make sure that you know what those activities are that you love, and you bring that energy to your videos. And then you also have other things to talk about besides only talking about your products and services. Okay, 4 is your values. This is so important. The more that you can celebrate your values, put it out there as loud as possible, you will attract the people who you actually want to work with. For us, we stand for joy as a fierce form of activism. If you would rather not be joyful, I probably don't have the right community for you. But the people in our community are going to be pushing through and finding the good, right? It's huge. We also celebrate kindness. It's the most important thing in my family. I talk about it all the time. And we talk about staying in action. So if you don't actually show up and put this stuff into action, it does not work. And so we use this hashtag, stay in action, all the time. Okay, attract the people who have the same values as you. Put your values out there. Number 5 is things you like to eat. Now, this may seem crazy, but if you can find food that is polarizing, it is a gold mine. So I'm going to give you an example to prove this to you right now. I want you to go to your personal Facebook profile, and I want you to write 5 words: Brussels sprouts, yes or no. Brussels sprouts, yes or no. And when you do this, it's going to be crazy the amount of engagement that you get. By the end of this training, I swear to you, you're going to have loads of comments, people either giving you recipes or telling you that they want to unfriend you because they hate Brussels sprouts so much, right? We also had to have a visit from Ira, our tortoise that was in our backyard for a while, and he's loving some Brussels sprouts. Okay, then from there, you're going to actually go talk to people, right? These things, you're going to take this list, you're going to put your hands like this, and you're going to tap your chest. And you're going to look at this list of the things that make you amazingly you. And that sense of bubbly goodness, you're going to bring that to the forefront before you click the go live button, before you write email copy, before you write copy for a Facebook ad. Whatever you do, before you start a sales conversation, you're going to tap into the quesadilla of awesome. It's good. Okay, now how do we come up with content that actually leads to conversions, right? So let's talk about the content piece. And why do we need content? Number 1, content can bring you leads, right? People who actually raise their hand because they like your content and then let you know that they may be a good fit for your products or services. Power partners, people who are leaders in your space, will share your content, which then gets you more visibility and more leads, right? Speaking opportunities. If someone is looking for a speaker for their event and you don't have any content out there, it's really hard for them to vet you and trust that you actually are the authority in your space. Market research. If you put out content that actually asks questions and finds out more about your community, you're going to learn what they actually want and need in your products and services. Amazing. And actually, you'll be able to make sales, right? So if you have your content set up properly, it brings in all this stuff, which is going to increase your sales. And like I shared, if you're putting out content there that is, people aren't resonating with, you probably need a different content plan. And I'm going to tell you, one of the main keys to this is making sure that it's not just content, but it's connections, right? So I'm bringing Shamika back, one of my favorite humans, for a dance party to tell you that your content has to be set up in a way where it actually connects with your community first if you want it to lead to conversions, okay? So let me tell you how to do that. Live video content that converts. These are strategies that you may have heard before. They may be common practices, but they are not commonly practiced. So take a moment, write this down, make sure you actually do it. So first, know who you are. That's why we love that quesadilla of awesome. And in addition to that, know, what do you want people to know you as? What do you want to be known for? Decide on that and then start being that. I love that live video has also made me more of who I actually want to be in regular life, right? It's taking who I am and kind of amplifying it a little bit. Okay. Number 2, know your ideal clients, like the actual human beings, not the avatar, the human beings. Know the problems that they are experiencing. Do an empathy map. Figure out, what do they need? What are they seeing? What are they feeling? Know their problems and know the solutions that you can provide for them. Yeah. And then I'm going to give you a little bonus right here. I want you to look at the objections that they have to purchasing from you. If you can figure out what objections they have to purchasing from you, that is an amazing type of content that is set up to actually move them toward a conversion. It's pretty good. Okay. And then once you've done this, you're going to open your heart and meet them where they are. So before you start your video, you're actually going to connect with that human being. And then you're going to start saying, I get it. You are stuck at home with the kids right now while you're also building your business, and you maybe are losing your mind, right? So I'm going to meet them energetically where they are. Okay. Let's talk about how we're going to hit a reach of 1 million organically. This is so good. So this is the real system that we use. Now that you know how to have the confidence, you know kind of how to create that content, this is the system that's going to allow you to take that reach even further and really bring in deeper conversions. So I want to take a moment to say Les Brown, who's an awesome dear friend, he put this into place and saw amazing results. Like instantly, within just a couple days, he had thousands of subscribers, right? You probably are not Les Brown. If you are, hi, Mr. Brown. It's good to see you. If you're not, know that this may take a little time. So you've got to keep showing up consistently. Because Charlie's like, wait a minute, I want results right now. And I'm like, this is how, but you got to keep doing it. Okay. So this system is what we use. It's called the Map to Millions. We really take our APR method, which is announce, pretend that people are actually there. Even if they're not, they will come in the replay, and then repurpose that content. So right here, you're going to see that announce piece. And then you're going to see how we're actually bringing in leads. So over here on the left, we're going to write the schedule there. We're going to do all of these things to drive traffic to a pre-scheduled live video. So that little placeholder is there. Then you go live. When you're live, you offer a free gift, which is either delivered via messenger bot or by a human being. So in your video, you say, if you want this free gift, just let me know below and I will get it to you. Once they comment below that video, you reach out as a human, you get their email address and you deliver the free gift. Okay. I'll tell you how I can give you way more information on how to make all this work, but I'm going to go through this really quick because we don't have too much time. So once you get this system in place, what you want to do is start repurposing. So every single live video can turn into 15 types of content. Crazy awesome. And this content is content that leads to your product, right? So it's not just like a mess of content. It's content that is set up strategically to lead to your products and services. And with those 15 pieces of content, each of those can actually turn into 10 pieces of content on its own. So if you wanted to be a little crazy, you could do 150 pieces of content a week. Now, I don't do 150 pieces of content a week, but I want you to know that it's possible. And all you have to do is show up and do the one live video. And then there are systems and automations that will take over and create those pieces of content. So good. Content that leads to your product, right? Amazing. This is what it looks like. We have a whole system that'll make it happen really easily for you, but I just wanted to show you how possible it is. Take a picture. It's awesome. Okay. And remember, you want to get started from this very streamlined, simple version of it. Now you may be thinking you want to see actual money, actual results out of this, right? I know you do. Charlie does too. Show me the money, mama. So I'm going to go through this case study really quickly. I'm going to go super fast, but I want to just prove to you how possible it is to see results in the form of credit cards flying at your face, of dollars. Okay. So this is the live video credit cards flying at your face. Take your teeth like this. Do you have teeth? If you do, go like this. And I want you to get ready to catch them with your teeth. The credit cards. Okay, here we go. This is mega ROI. This is Danielle, awesome friend, client of ours. And we were at brunch and she said, I'm having this problem. And I said, I can solve it. And she said, really? Can you do a training on it? And I said, yeah. She said, how much would you charge? I said, $97. Awesome. I went home. I made a landing page and an empty Facebook group. That is all I had. The landing page had a payment processor attached. Ready? I did one very targeted live video and a $900 ad spend. I wish I had spent more. You'll see why. I did one little video on a couch at an event. I wasn't even at home in my studio. I was on my phone and a couch at an event. And check this out. Peak live viewers, there were 7 people on at the peak. That means that part of it, there was probably 0. 200 sales in 3 weeks. All I said was, are you this human? Are you experiencing this problem? I can solve it. Let me know below with the word connect, and I'll reach out to you and let you know how I can solve this in an upcoming training that I'm doing. At that point, we then sold them the $97 training, which took them into the empty Facebook group because I hadn't even delivered it yet, right? Okay, then we added one broadcast, which we sent out via Messenger bot. We had 40 sales in 30 minutes. And by the end of the next week, we had an extra 200 sales, which means 400 sales in 1 month. And we had 5 people join us in a $10,000 program. So we had $90,000 in total sales by the end of this whole thing being done from one live video. Let me show you why this worked. It started with a real conversation with a real person. We had a crazy specific Mr. Rogers style conversation in my video. So I said, hey neighbor, do you have this problem? I'm going to solve it for you. And then I used a comment call to action. I said, give me the word connect below and I'll reach out to you with more information. Then a super targeted Facebook ad and a human follow-up. I replied to those comments. I talked to people, right? Talk to humans. So good and possible for literally anyone. There will always be problems. Will you always be ready to jump in and find the solutions? Because that is the key to building a sustainable, successful business. Truth. So how will you use this opportunity? I want you to think about how you'll actually do this. What product or program would you love to sell? What product, service, program would you love to sell? Write it down. Number 2, how many would you like to sell each month? And just remember, you don't have to speak clearly. You can just be like me, right? Okay, I've done a lot of videos today. So how many would you like to sell each month? That was an authenticity indicator, just so you know. How many would you like to sell each month? Write that down, right? Okay, number 3, what objections would people have to purchasing from you? We talked about this earlier. Write down the objections that they would have to purchasing from you, because that is your inspiration for your first piece of content. And then decide, are you willing to go live to generate those sales? Are you willing to go live weekly to generate those sales? Remember, this is about a consistent content plan. If you are, you got to decide, like Poe, right? This is your chance to show up and be you and serve your community so that you can bring in leads and awesome sales. So good. You still may be scared, and I get that. So I put together something pretty awesome. I want you to recognize that visibility does not always turn into dollars. So I want you to make sure that the content that you are putting out is really set up to lead to conversions. So I put together the Map to Millions starter kit. This is Frankie doing a happy dance. Da, 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 da. In the Map to Millions starter kit, you are going to get our video content planner. You're going to get our live video gear list. You're going to get a video walking you through that Map to Millions. So all those bubbles, I have a video where I walk through every little step of that for you. And I don't know, I'm probably going to throw some more. There's a live video checklist, all kinds of magical things to get you started with live video content that converts so you can build a community of people and profit from the efforts that you're putting out into the world. And you can get all of this by going to molly.live/leap. I am so honored to be here as a part of this amazing summit put on by Stephanie and Ecamm. I love Ecamm. It is so good. I love Stephanie. She is so good. And so I'd be honored if you head on over to molly.live/leap, where you're going to get that video content planner, the live video checklist, that full Map to Millions video training, and a bunch of other goodness. So we will see you there. And I just can't wait to see what you put into action. I have one more little thing that I want to leave you with. Somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly. Birds fly over the rainbow. Why? Then oh, why can't I? Why can't you? You can go live.